The police gave up after 48 hours. Runaway, they said, as if my daughter had just drifted off like fog. My wife cried in front of them, perfectly timed sobs, trembling hands. I believed her for the first day, maybe even the second. But something in her eyes, the way she avoided looking at the basement door, felt rehearsed. After the cops left, she started blaming me. "You were too strict," she said. "She was scared of you." I didn't argue. I just watched her pack her things. Watched her take the framed photo from the hallway wall, the one of the three of us at the beach. She slipped it into her suitcase like she had every right to it. That night, when the house finally stopped echoing, I went through her closet. I wasn't looking for clothes. I was looking for something that didn't belong. Behind her row of shoes, high heels she never wore around me, I found a folded piece of paper, crumpled, damp, written in pencil. "Daddy, I'm scared. Help me." Actually, "Mom." The words ended mid-sentence. My hands went cold. I sat on the floor, the note shaking in my hand. Actually, "Mom." What was she trying to say? I thought about the nights my wife left after dinner. Work calls, she'd say, taking her phone with her. I never questioned it. I trusted her. Or maybe I just didn't want to know. The next morning, I checked her phone records. Half her calls weren't to her office. They were to a number labeled Gina. I remembered a woman from her office by that name, short hair, cold eyes. But the calls were late, 1 a.m., sometimes 2. I told myself it was grief, that my mind was twisting facts to make pain logical. Still, the note, that single, unfinished sentence, it felt like a whisper from the dark. When I brought the note to the police, they brushed it off. Could be fake, kids dramatize things. So I stopped asking for help and started watching. I installed a camera in the basement, quietly, without telling anyone. I didn't expect to see her down there again, but I needed to know if she ever came back. On the third night, I saw motion on the feed. Not my daughter, my wife. She was carrying a small box, placed it under the old workbench, stayed there for 10 minutes, then left without turning the light on. That was when I stopped sleeping. By day, I pretended to move on. I signed the divorce papers. I told her she could have the house. She smiled, almost relieved. "It's for the best," she said. At night, I studied the camera footage frame by frame. I tracked every visit, every movement. She came back twice more, each time carrying something else: a phone, a bag, a folder. On the sixth night, I unlocked the box. Inside were photographs. My daughter, bound and crying. Dated 3 days before she went missing. I didn't scream, didn't even breathe. I called no one. Instead, I went to her new place the next morning, brought her coffee like old times. She smiled, thanked me, looked almost human. Her phone lit up on the counter. Same number, Gina. But now I saw the full name. Agent Gina Morales. A federal contact. My daughter hadn't been kidnapped. She'd been taken, and my wife had helped them. It took me 2 weeks to find the agent's address. I waited in my car for hours, watching lights flicker behind her blinds. When my wife arrived one night, they talked in whispers, the kind of conversation built on fear. I didn't move, just listened through the recorder I'd planted in her car earlier that day. "He's starting to suspect," my wife said. "Then, we finish the job," the agent replied. "What about the girl? She's evidence. He was never supposed to know." Evidence. The word burned itself into me. That night, I requested a DNA test. Not for my daughter, she was gone. For myself. Against the toothbrush my wife always left behind. The results came back in 3 days. She wasn't my daughter. She never was. I invited my wife to meet for closure. Cafe on the corner. Noonlight. Too bright for what needed to be said. I slid the DNA report across the table. She stared, lips parting but no sound coming out. "I just wanted to know," I said quietly. "Why the lie?" Tears welled. "You wouldn't have stayed if you knew." "You're right," I said. "I wouldn't have." I leaned closer. "Tell them it's over. Tell your agent I know everything." She whispered, "What did you do?" "Nothing," I said, standing. "Not yet. I left the report behind, but not the copies. Those were already in the mail, to the press, the agency, the police. By the time she realized, it would all be public, every file.